bring up Moonglade. This game, I feel, if they at least win one match, I think they'll feel decent. But if they just get beat down, then I don't know.
Yeah, if it's a 2-0 beating, it's just going to be, it's not going to be good for them and their mindset for this season.
Well, checking out Zephyr's statistics here, if you don't know these guys, you should by now. The team includes Blitz, Sexy Bambo, Purge, Aosin, and of course Corey. Overall, pretty darn strong team. They're certainly the strongest team currently competing in Korea. There is no question about that whatsoever. I would say if I had to actually place them on like a global level, they're kind of equivalent to some of the Tier 2C teams out there. And maybe if everything just clicks for them correctly in a game, they can even maybe take a game or two. I don't know about a series, but a game or two off of some of the Tier 1C teams.
Yeah, they're definitely getting stronger, and they're growing with the scene, and it's interesting to see how they'll go in the future. In the TI qualifiers especially, I'm really excited to see that.
Indeed, the Korean, or the TI qualifiers have brought both MVP Phoenix and Zephyr into the mix along with all of the teams from the C region. So, I mean, make no mistake, it's going to be a very big climb for either MVP Phoenix or Zephyr. But I would put Zephyr qualifying for TI in the realm of possibility.
I think it's possible for sure.
But still, some of the teams that are in the qualifier, like Arrow, Myth Trust, they're looking really darn good recently. And it's definitely going to be a tall order for them to accomplish.
Yeah. And here is MVP Phoenix, the runners-up for last season. Not off to a kind of a shaky start this season, losing to Pokerface 1-2. We have March, Forev, Ryzen, Keen, and QO. And their statistics, they're 9.2, 8.2, 9.9, 8.7 for teamwork. I don't know how seriously we can take those. Do they? I guess they count from last season as well.
Yes, I believe so. But it's interesting because Zephyr actually had a 10 for teamwork last season.
So their teamwork has been failing.
I think it's because Ja played for them in their first game, and we saw the teamwork there a little bit shakier than normal from Zephyr, but it's understandable. They had to stand in the support position, and the supports really have to kind of know how to play together extremely well. They have to have that synergy. They have to know what their fellow supporter is really thinking.
Very good point. Here's kind of a little introduction of each player.
Hashtag Korean production.
Yeah, these guys know how to produce so well.
They certainly do. It's just, I mean, it's pretty badass, I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
March, he's played, even though he's considered the carry for their team, he did play a lot of Batrider last season. But MVP as well.
Look at that hairdo.
Oh, man.
We got an Elvis.
That is Tier 1 quality hair right there.
That's Tier 1 quality. Oh, man. Wish I could do that.
You just got to grow it out a little bit longer.
I think my hair's plenty long. It's just a matter of getting it to stick up like that.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Mass gel.
Yeah, you know what? You should just take a picture of March, go into the back area where they do our hair and makeup, and just say, "Make me beautiful."
Yeah. I reckon I got so much hair I could make myself look like Goku right now.
Dude, make it happen. I want to see you. Super Saiyan cast.
Oh, yeah.
The first DOTA2 official Super Saiyan cast.
I can make it happen. We'll see you next time.
May have to dye that hair a bit blonde, though.
Yeah, if I want to go Super Saiyan, that is.
That's true.
Yeah.
You could go to that place that I was talking about, Shalom, I think I said it was.
Yeah, check it out.
I'll give it a go. Dye your hair. They're pretty punk. There's a really cool hair place that both Wolf and Tasteless, some StarCraft 2 commentators, were showing me back in the day. I got some pretty badass haircuts from them.
Definitely something to check out here in Korea. Out in Hongdae, I believe it is.
Yeah. Oh, man. I see March not drinking a Hot 6, but don't worry. The Hot 6s are right in front of the computers.
That's right. God bless Hot 6. And God bless Monster, the drink we've been drinking today.
Yeah. We have a fan that loves to give us Monsters whenever we're around, and surprisingly, out of all of the energy drinks, Monster's done a pretty kick-ass job. Yeah,
and apparently it was only $1.50 each one. Wow. How cheap is that?
I remember when soda was 25 cents at the old malt shop.
Wow, dude. I don't know how old you are.
I'm 24 for those of you who are curious.
But getting back into the game, players just warming up, kind of getting their heads together. getting ready to do the picks and bans.
You know, it's something that's really cool. Before every game, Blitz actually puts a picture of his girlfriend right below his monitor.
Really?
Yeah, it gives him good luck.
That's kind of sweet. I like that. That's really cute.
Wow, it's really cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're ready to get the first game underway here at the KDL. We have MVP Phoenix and Zephyr Dota facing off in this Tier 1 match. Best of 3. The winner gets $5,000. And it'll be $6,000 for Zephyr due to their one-game win streak. While MVP Phoenix are just looking to nab up $5,000. By the way, for those of you wondering, the W sign with the line through it stands for won. That is Korean currency. And basically, if you're curious at how much money that is in USD or approximately, just go ahead and slash 3 zeros away from the end of the
Exactly
number.
right. They add 3 zeros to make it look so baller. It's like you could win 5 million won. It's like, whoa, I want to win that.
You are a millionaire if you live in Korea, basically.
You're a millionaire with won. I dig that.
All right, we're still waiting on the first bans and picks. For those of you tuning in and wondering who we are, my name is Whiplash, and my co-caster is Moonglade. I've been living out here for almost a year and a half now, actually.
Wow, nice. I've been here for 2.5 months.
Yeah, you've popped in every now and then.
I pop
as well.
in now and then, so I guess I could add it all together, maybe be like 6 months by now or something. But yeah, I've had my taste of Korea for a while, and I love it here, man. I'm so happy I get to stay out here this time.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not leaving me, Moonglade, like you did after WCG last year. You came and we got to hang out for like a week with Clutch, and then you had to scurry on off.
Yep. Sticking around for KDL.
Yeah.
And for Pro League.
All right. By the way, if you guys are a fan of the casting or fans of us or just, want to give us some feedback on the quality of the broadcast, please feel free to tweet at or follow us. I'm at Whiplash.
And I'm at Moonglade AU on Twitter.
Yes, of course.
And Sexy Bamboo. Kind of like the personality of Zephyr, I think, more than anyone else.
They have a lot of personality.
They're all
like
cool guys,
them.
for sure. But he's got the long hair, he's got the looks, he's got the attitude. He's a bit of a playmaker. I like him. He's
a bit of a playboy and playmaker.
He reminds me of a younger me. Maybe me like 3 or 4 years ago. I respect the hair more than anything else there. It's good to see another young lad out here.
Wonderful.
Not afraid to grow it.
Yeah, you know what? Aosin, though, he's kind of like the face of Zephyr when it comes to like 4chan and the darker corners of the internet. He is their champion. He is their chosen champion.
They actually have a really funny interview of him with EsportsTV. I remember seeing it, and like he says some pretty funny stuff. And yeah, he looks like a bit of a character.
Indeed. And I mean, who can forget Purge? He's definitely a little bit more serious, but he's like kind of the father of the team.
He looks like
the
the brains behind it.
He's like the mastermind, technician.
I feel like he'd be the one calling the shots, if anyone.
Well, Bambo's the one who actually calls the shots.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess. No, you know what? Purge is more like the financial backer, like not backer, but like he takes care of a lot of the financial assets of the team and makes sure that everything business-wise is running smooth because, before this, he was kind of like an amateur player. He was more focused on creating guides for players.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
more of a community-driven sort of player.
Yeah, exactly. And
I respect that.
Yeah, joining Zephyr was his first foray into the pro scene.
That's a pretty good step. I mean, Zephyr, very good team, very good players. And it looks like we have a little bit of a difficulty with Sexy Bambo's computer. Just trying to fix it up.
Man, Moonglade, it's always one of these computers. It's like this. It's the one that Bambo's at.
It's the unlucky computer, the cursed computer.
It's the cursed computer, and if it's not that one, then it's definitely Blitz. I hope they just fix them and replace them sometime soon because this happens like all the time without failure.
Yeah. It's very unlucky, but we'll get to it. I mean, we saw 2 bans already. We saw the Ember Spirit, and we saw Bat Rider get banned.
Yeah.
So, 2 very, very powerful high-tier characters that recently got nerfed, but still are very strong, removed from the pool.
Yeah, Ember Spirit nowadays, after the patch, he can't snowball as hard earlier on.
Yeah, he just doesn't do enough damage. Not enough pokes with the sleight of fist.
Yeah, you have to spread out your points more earlier on than you normally want to. Generally, people will just get like 2 points in the searing chains and wait to max it out for the extra searing chain.
Yeah, the extra tick, the extra second. Yeah, I get that. I guess for now it's more like a respect ban. They're still kind of afraid of it. They're not really
definitely
played as much. So
Phoenix is also known as a team that can definitely play the Ember Spirit well, and
I
believe
certainly remember that game.
I believe it's you have to put 2 points instead of 1 because the duration of the chains is now 1,
Yeah,
2,
it's like
2, 3.
Yeah, exactly right.
So not as quite as strong, and of course, Sleight of Fist got a lot of deep physical damage nerfed off of that.
A lot of damage.
They cut that ability in half, basically.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, oh, there's the MVP coach.
Yeah, looking suave in that hat.
Oh, he always wears those hats, man.
He loves them.
He's about the fedoras.
He's all about that.
The Trillbillies, or whatever they're called.
I think they're fedoras.
I don't know. There's like 2 kinds of them now.
I'm honestly not really a hat guy anyway. So
I'm not either, man.
I just don't know the names of them.
I just can't pull them off. That's my problem.
Oh, me too. And it hides my hair, which is my greatest asset.
No, man. It's your heart.
I don't think so. You don't know me, man. Still some downtime with this computer. They're really looking to fix it up. Maybe they had to restart kind of the game as the picks and bans were counting down, so maybe they missed out on a ban.
Yeah, I actually can't recall the last time a game was paused inside a pick ban. I'm assuming you can do it, but it's just not something I've
actually
about.
never ever seen that before.
I'm pretty sure you can, but if I'm wrong, then somebody will say I'm wrong in the Twitch chat. And
tweet at Whiplash if he is wrong.
Yeah. If I'm wrong,
let him have it, guys.
Yeah, just tear me apart, tear me to pieces. I'm ready.
He needs to learn.
It doesn't matter how good of a player or caster you are. It's actually impossible to know everything about Dota.
It's a lot to learn. I mean, Beyond the Summit really have taught me a lot about casting, and kind of like they're basically guys with like encyclopedias for brains about Dota, and they just sit there and they can just unleash ridiculous amounts of information. So they're really inspirational when it comes to casting, I feel.
Now, Gods is a former pro player, so I mean, off the bat, that's an insane amount of knowledge.
Being a pro player is probably the best way to come into casting, I think, because you just have ridiculous knowledge. It really helps me for StarCraft casting for sure.
Absolutely.
It's a million times easier.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Dota2, a lot to learn. But also a very fascinating game with, just so much to it.
It's always interesting. The meta's constantly changing.
I love how many, the broad range of heroes that are still chosen. It's not like a select 5 for each team that's like chosen every game. It's revolving, and there's different strategies and different heroes for different strategies. So it's just, it's really interesting what players can come up with, what teams can come up with.
Yeah, and then we have like Ice Frog kind of handling the ship of Dota 2. Basically, he has been able to steer this game into the second most popular competitive game in the world.
Yeah. And I mean, even the patches make it just so interesting because the patches have such drastic changes and so many changes. Like, it takes you like 10 minutes to read through all the changes of like the patch notes. It's how ridiculous it is. And that's how much work they put into this game still, and it's something to be really appreciative of.
And with the mini patch, it's basically confirmed that Techies is definitely on his way. I cannot wait for Techies. I am so excited for that hero.
Bring it on.
All right, I think that we're getting back into the match. All right, cool. So it looks like they did pause. I guess that's just how things...
I guess it is. And they banned off the Sand King and Ancient Apparition, and they went for the Naga with Phoenix. Phoenix going for the Naga, and Lycan for Zephyr.
You know what's cool? I would love the first 2 heroes that Phoenix picked up. Naga is, according to Arteezy, I was reading his Q&A on Reddit the other day, and basically he said that Naga's Siren, it's easier to shut her down early on and prevent her from getting that radiance or really delaying it, but she's in a balanced state now, he thinks.
Balanced state?
Yeah, Arteezy really known for his Naga play. You basically have to respect ban it against him.
Yeah, I can believe that for sure. I've seen him time and time again just dominate with that hero. I mean, she's so good with initiating with the Siren's Call and carrying so hard late game. So it's such a powerful character. And her escape with the same ulti.
Yeah. The only downfall to her is just basically the cast time of her abilities, which is actually like I think almost 1 second. I mean, it's maybe more like a half a second to 0.75 if we want to get all technical.
Get all technical in the numbers.
Dota's all about that.
Yeah. That's taking it to another level.
It is.
But it's a good level to be at.
Hey, there's Purge. Welcome back, Purge.
Welcome, Purge. Purge, the support player. Might be using that Dazzle that was picked up.
Yeah, he has played Dazzle a lot. I wouldn't be so surprised if he ended up on that hero.
Looks like Forev, bit of an off-lane player. Might be on the Mirana.
And a lot of heroes being banned out by Phoenix that we do see Zephyr pick up a lot. Bat Rider certainly is a hero that we can see Bambo use a lot. And the Sand King, we've seen Aosin just do work on this hero. Nature's Prophet from Bambo. He likes the YOLO a lot with that hero. And Storm Spirit it's basically Blitz's signature hero. He feels like he can't lose them, and ooh,
we got some interesting picks here.
We got some great picks here, Moonblade.
Axe
for Zephyr, and Jakiro for Phoenix. I love it. I am so excited to see what's going to happen.
Definitely some push power for Phoenix with Jakiro, and we'll have to wait and see what else they get to really help in that pushing.
Ryzen will probably end up on the Jakiro. We did see him play it two games ago against Poker Face.
Corey, it's like the position 1 player.
Yeah, he carries the team on his back. Oh, is it going to be Tiny?
A Wisp.
I really want to see Wisp Tiny.
I'd love to see that, but they have a ban. I mean, Phoenix has a ban before anything can be picked. Are they gonna take out the Tiny?
They probably will. If they don't, then they're basically saying we're not afraid of Wisp Tiny. It's basically when you pick Wisp as your 4th hero, you're goading the other team into kind of like they have to ban out that hero.
You're baiting the ban for something else.
The thing is, like, they don't need the pick Tiny. Yeah, he's generally the hero 2 pair with him, but oh no, they remove the Doom.
Interesting. And Zephyr get rid of Centaur.
Oh. I'm okay with the Centaur ban. I believe that Phoenix is kind of lacking an off lane at this point. There's Blitz. Going to be handling the middle lane for Team Zephyr. The guy who basically created everything. All right, well, Tidehunter's the offlaner for Phoenix. That gives them a lot of teamfight potential. Now that I look at their overall lineup, they'll have so much setup.
Oh, yeah. That's actually ridiculous. Ooh, and we see a Slark.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so looks like the Slark will be in that position 1 role. That's definitely a Corey hero. We have seen him time and time again perform phenomenally on the Slark. All right.
I'm liking this. I'm really liking the setup. It's going to be a very interesting game.
Yeah, I kind of wished I could see Tiny Wisp because that's not a combo that Zephyr generally runs, but you know what? Their Slark, it's tried and true. So we'll have to find out who can win game number 1 here at the KDL. This is a best-of-3 Tier 1 match between Zephyr and MVP Phoenix. Zephyr, traditionally, they are the team to beat in Korea, or the strongest team.
Yeah, the champions of Korea, essentially.
Yep. They've already won 2 titles in Korea. And, it's going to be an off-lane Axe. This is really cool. I'm so excited to see how Bambo will handle this hero.
Yeah.
QO handling the Naga Siren. She's definitely in mid. You can just look at her item choice. Zephyr are very aggressive with this early smoke. They're already kind of positioning where they want to go. And Tidehunter is not with the main army. Oh, QO. Uh-oh, this is bad. All right, can he actually get away in time? It looks like she's a little bit too fast. And with Zephyr kind of being spotted, they actually still commit to a fight. Bambo with that ridiculously large axe is chasing down March.
Might be getting a little too aggressive here. Two of their players already backed off, so they can't do too much here. Just kind of creating some discomfort in the jungle.
And you know what? I wonder how these lanes are going to end up. Because okay, I guess Axe is going to go back to the top lane, and we'll have Slark middle. Okay. Yeah. Corey will be in the bottom lane.
Yeah.
All right. Well, normally we see Corey on the Slark, but Blitz, he's totally capable of playing the hero, and with the Lycan as well, I'm okay with this. But the lanes are still looking pretty interesting because
is that an offensive tri lane?
There's an offensive tri lane without a hard carry. It's Axe who they're helping out. This is really cool.
Oh, I like this a lot.
But their lanes, they're greedy, but they can get away with it because Tidehunter has no kill potential on Lycan. He's also a strength hero.
Absolutely.
I mean, granted, he probably won't kill off the Tidehunter as well. And Sexy Bambo already taking a good amount of damage. We'll see if he can get hit in a nice path.
Yeah, taking a lot of damage, but
there's a lot of heal potential. So
there's a great deal of heal potential, and he's already back up. popping that salve.
This is just, I mean, I don't see this from Zephyr. This is the first time they've really tried a strategy like this.
Yeah, well, they've decided it's time to change it up, which I really respect, especially against a team like MVP, who they've played a lot against.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
It's kind of like essential that they're going to have to start mixing things up, or they're just going to be out-prepared.
Yeah, and there's one thing that Koreans are really good at. It's preparing for their opponents.
Absolutely, especially when your coach is like a StarCraft coach, and they've been known to. It's all about preparation in StarCraft. So
Yeah.
they've definitely had a lot of preparation. I need to do more tongue twisters, man.
Yeah, we were warming up with some tongue twisters before the broadcast started. Just kind of tested it out, see how it works. And I really like it. It's fun.
It was interesting.
I think it's interesting, but I'm never going to do it again.
Why not?
I'm just kidding with you, man. All right, well, let's check out this bottom lane. So far, lickety splicky, even 8-2, 8-2. Mid lane, Bambo, or Blitz, excuse me. Oh, holy crap, that is a long name. I can't even read all of that.
Yeah, that's a little too long.
I think there's a sponsor shout out, and I think a Heart Aosin shout out as well. Oh man, it's just a little bit too complicated.
Naga are really doing just fine in middle. Titan are doing pretty damn well at bottom.
Yeah, in a 1v1 situation, I can't see this hero really getting dominated just due to how tanky he is. And
yeah.
How hard it is to really pick him off. Oh, I'm loving that Roshan Courier. All right, so Zephyr.blitzdota.nexus.iobit or Obit. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one, but those are the two sponsors that Zephyr currently has. So a little shout out to the sponsors.
Yeah. Big shout out. Keeping them alive.
And then Aosin's mom at the end. Oh, man.
Always a good shout out.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, Naga.
Taking a lot of damage.
If the Riptide connected, I think that would have almost or potentially killed Slark.
Yeah, it might have been just one right click away.
Oh, this is bad. One more hit will finish the job, but...
Can he get away?
Oh, he gets it. First blood. Blitz.
Overcommitting way too far against a DD Naga.
Yeah, you do not want to underestimate the Naga mid.
Got to be very careful of that. That's a real freebie there. You do not want to be feeding that Naga anytime, especially in a 1v1.
Blitz is like, well...
He's not looking too happy.
No, he's not. It's definitely a big frown on his face. Well, as far as the top lane is concerned, Mirana is up to 12 lats. It's compared to the 11 of Axe. So it's not like they're doing terrible up there.
Pretty even. Yeah, offensive tri-lane isn't really too offensive right now.
Yeah, it's more like an annoying tri-lane, I feel.
Yeah.
I think they're just totally okay with Corey handling his position down here at the bottom, but Tidehunter is actually kind of beating Corey so far in this lane.
Yeah, he's kind of getting bullied out.
He is. I mean, like I said, Moonglade, this hero is just so darn tanky with the Kraken Shell and the damage reduction as well from the Anchor Smash. It's a lot. And from the look of things, we're seeing Phoenix actually slightly win all of their lanes.
Yeah, it really seems that way.
Arrow like goes between all of the heroes.
Good dodge.
Bambo and Aosin, basically best friends. They're tethered for life.
Very true. Very important to have that sort of chemistry when you're laning together in Dota.
Indeed. As I say that, they break the tether just to prove me wrong. All right, there we go. We're back to full strength.
They rekindled. It's okay.
They had some marriage counseling and they worked things out. Well, Naga looks to be building into drums, so not the fastest. Just rush for a
bit more conservative.
Yeah, no rush for that Radiance.
Yeah, no relic just yet. Creeping with their illusions.
There's just not much that Koi can really do mono a mono. Nope, top lane Bambo taking some damage, but I mean, he's pretty tanky, but I think they may actually be able to get the damage to the pick him off. Out comes the shallow grave. Bambo is he's trying to go on March with the living armor, keeping him alive, and it's enough. The spins, it's great, and they actually missed the ice path as well. He's staying up somehow, but Heen throws out the leech seed. It's enough to take down the angry tree chopper, and it's still a turnaround. Bambo, he's down, but Blitz came in and helped finish the job. Still, it's a 2 for 2, I believe. That engagement.
Yeah, that just didn't go too well. I think it was a 2 for 3.
Yeah, it was a 2 for 3, excuse me.
Yeah, so definitely not the they just couldn't kill the axe fast enough. Such a great dodge in that ice path.
Well, I have a feeling that basically they wanted this Wisp and Dazzle combo to kind of make MVP underestimate exactly how much damage they needed to finish off.
There's just so much survivability with those two heroes.
It's weird. I feel like still it's like not a huge difference one way or another top. We have Axe now in the middle lane as Blitz has rotated to the top. Kyo scared away for the time being. He'll probably do a little bit of bottle cring, but Kiro now joining him in the mid lane. Now Bamboo is pretty darn tanky. He has the Tranquil Boots and a stout shield as well. Should see the drums now on the Naga Siren. Yeah, he is bottle crying. I see how slow that courier is moving back to the Dire base.
Oh, yeah.
Mid lane.
Tidehunter doing very well bottom.
Yeah, he is. Well, there's Ice Path on to Bambo. They don't have the follow-up to really finish him off. And QO, he doesn't have any mana, not until he gets that bottle back from the main base. Yeah, Forev is doing great, and Lycan working on that Vladimir's. Doesn't quite have it yet. Still needs the recipe as well as the Mask of Death.
So a while to go still.
I think he may be having one or two of those items being sent to him on the courier, however. And he's still up to 32 last hits. It's not as good as the Nago, who's sitting at 42 or 43, and the Tidehunter at 47. I'd have to say that MVP Phoenix, their lanes have worked out really well for them, and I'm really...
They're actually going to... Looks like they're just about to get a tier 1, too. Yeah, they're pretty much winning every lane, essentially. I mean, the only really contested lane is the top lane.
Yeah.
Not like Marana isn't that very far behind.
It's fine because as long as they get this Naga farmed up, then like Marana, she is, still relies a lot on her spells. You do like to get farm on her, but it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not essential. Not essential at all.
This tower will get denied by Zephyr. So nice rotation from them. And a good time to use the fortification. Naga sign with another double damager, and maybe we'll see if...
Could be looking for something.
Lightning can strike twice in the same spot. But the graphs are showing that the game is fairly even.
Very, very even so far.
Oh, mid lane, Sexy Bambo. He is dead. Oh, wait a second. Aosin, can he save him from his untimely death? No, unfortunately can't. The double damage doing good. Nice setup with that
DD pays off again. Yeah, absolutely.
I guess lightning strikes twice, but in different positions, or on different people, I guess.
Yep, well still, it's a mid lane kill.
Also, check out this build from Ryzen. He is going heavy into the liquid fire over the other two abilities. Generally, you'll see people max out Ice Path.
Yeah, well, it's a very push-orientated, very good at harassing other heroes, slowing their last hits. Really denies them in a lane. So, yeah, I really respect it. And they did get that tier 1 tower, so it's working out just fine.
You know what, Forev, he's not going for a Blink Dagger early on. He's going to get a Force Staff from the look of things. And well, this is confusing. Blink Dagger's generally the item you see on him because you blink in, and you slam that R button, you get your ultimate off, and it's just chaos everywhere. But with the Force Staff, yeah, I can still kind of do that, but the range obviously isn't as long.
Yeah, I don't really
well, you know
understand that.
I'm actually okay with it because of their team composition in bottom lane.
You've always got this Siren.
Oh, there's the Ravage. And QO, he won't even need to use Song of the Siren. Just a Riptide, a few right clicks to get the job done. QO, this guy is going to carry MVP the victory from the look of things. I am already really not liking Zephyr's position.
Yeah, they're just getting further and further behind now. Losing the Lycan like that, it's just so detrimental. At the same time, they could be pushing top lane. They're going to get this bottom tower for sure.
Hold on.
They get scared off.
Bambo, he's coming into the fray. Purge joining him as well. We'll see if they can actually make something happen, but this could be a mistake. We're going to need to see more people coming in from Zephyr to make this happen. Bambo, he's low on health. Down comes the weave, and a double kill. Where was the grave? The shallow grave was not there.
I just don't think he was expecting that much damage. He was going for like a last-second grave, and
he underestimated that. And meanwhile, top lane, we have a lot more action happening as well. Slark, low on health, he backs up. We did not see any more deaths in the top lane. Oh, the arrow very close. Nice juking from Blitz. That was a potential death for him.
And they've pushed just about every tower now. I mean, the only tier 1 left is the bottom, and that's almost dead.
Kyo well on his way towards getting that early Relic and then Radiance. And I'm really worried for Zephyr because the mid game, if they give it to the Naga Siren in the early game, she will just farm so fast. She'll push the tier 2 towers fast, and it'll be almost impossible to kill her.
Yeah, she's just going to be snowballing out of control in no time.
And also I want to point out that Slark, when you relocate with her, the latch will not prevent Naga Siren from using her song and then just teleporting away or running away or even turning it around. They're going to need the axe with like a call or something to really stop that Naga in her tracks.
Yeah, really need like an axe to initiate, blink in.
Forev now with the Force Staff, he decided to pick up Tranquil Boots, so really focusing on that survivability.
Naga about 800 away from that Relic. Doing pretty damn fine.
I believe we're going to see if I'm not mistaken, an early Diffusal Blade on March. I did see just the items that kind of look to build into it. It could be another pair of drums for the team, but Naga already has a pair. I mean, not the worst thing in the world to get 2, but I feel like you got 1, you don't really need 2.
Yeah.
The tier 1 tower in the bottom lane will not be contested by Zephyr. Already a 5k gold advantage for MVP and 3k in the experience. They're looking like they're going to have a very good mid game and late game.
Yeah, this
well.
is looking really bad for Zephyr right now. They're gonna have to really find either a great team fight soon, or they're gonna have to try and shut down this Naga.
Their window for shutting down Naga is rapidly deteriorating. Phoenix have a lot of map control at this point. They're even starting to hack down this middle tower. There needs to be a response from Zephyr. They do not want to give up this tower.
I think they're just going to let it go. I mean, this liquid fire is just dominating it.
Don't give it up.
It's gone. It's gone. That's 2 towers down in a matter of minutes.
And on top of that, Phoenix, they have living armor to keep their towers online.
They haven't lost this. They've only lost the mid tower? Or did
Nope.
they? No, they still have every tower.
They're pinging the tier 3. They're basically telling Zephyr, you guys have to come and defend.
Yeah, you guys
We are forcing it. All right, we have a Bambo nearby. Okay.
And they're not even confident to engage.
It's because of Forev.
Yeah.
Look at him, man. Look at how cocky he is.
Wow. And this is giving Naga so much space just to farm.
It really is. And they may even turn it around. There's Song of the Siren. They're moving to try to surround Corey. And there's the Ice Path as well. Riptide. Okay, and out comes the Ravage. That's a double kill for MVP. Zephyr are starting to fall apart. I think the outdrafting is becoming apparent at this point.
Very apparent, and yeah, this Naga pickup is just dominating.
And not just that, but Zephyr, I even want to say that they're kind of getting outplayed at this point by MVP.
Yeah, completely so. And they're going to be pushing another tier 2 now, and I think they're going to get it no problem. The 2 heroes down right now, with the Lycan especially. I think they could very well take it.
Check out the item in the Titan's inventory. It's a plate mail, which means he's either building into one of 2 items. It's going to be a Shiva's Guard, which is a common item for him, or an Assault Cuirass, which is kind of weird, but if they really want to push a lot early on with the Naga illusions, I can totally see it working.
I can see that, but I kind of respect the Shivas. I'm kind of disappointed there's still no Blink. I would have really appreciated a Blink more than anything.
Well, it's a different strategy, but I think they're really relying on Naga's song to initiate. And I like how they're using it offensively as well. March. Whoa, that was a awkward call. That was just a mistake on Bambo's end. I think he meant the Blinking first. But Naga, she has her Radiance. 14 minutes, just 15 minutes into the match with drums. 4-0, 90 last hits. This is where things get absolutely disgusting for MVP. I am not liking Zephyr's chances whatsoever, but hold on, they're going to go into the mid lane and do call, but they have the DPS follow-up. They almost get the calling strike off, but a little bit of a heal, I believe, from a mech or living armor to keep him alive. And in comes the tree with the overgrowth that's keeping everyone in place. Tidehunter is going to move in, but 45 seconds on his ultimate. They don't have it available. Ryzen backing off. He wants to stay alive. Oh, Blitz, you got to get out of there, my friend. It's time to go, but QO, he's going to come in. He has the Radiance, the arrow, though, to finish the job. They're going to turn it around. They get Purge as well. And in the mid lane, down goes the tree. So Zephyr, it's a 2-for-2. Bambo, he throws out the call. Can he do enough DPS, though, on net onto Corey? But he is falling extremely fast. Just cannot take the DPS from the Anchor Smash from the Radiance. It's 3-4-2. Blink away from Bambo. So he will survive, but that is still not a great team fight for Zephyr. They took out 2 supports, and they lost both of their cores, Moonblade.
Exactly right. And they're going to take a tier 2 for this too. So MVP getting further and further ahead. And it's just looking absolutely horrible right now. I don't see how they can... They're almost in a position where they can't come back. They've lost just about every tower. Every tier 2 tower, that is. Yeah, this Naga's just getting more and more fed.
Yeah, this is... Okay, it is Shiva's guard. Yeah. I thought Assault Curse would be really cool, but...
It'd be interesting, for sure, and it'd definitely make that Naga sick. But, no, I respect the Shivas. I think it'd do wonders, especially against Slark and Axe.
Oh, the attack speed decrease will really help kind of counterbalance the extra DPS that Wisp provides with the overcharge.
Right.
So I do like the pickup for that reason as well. Just a few hundred gold, I think just like 100 actually, off getting that Shiva's guard. QO can just farm like crazy. He already has his Boots of Travel, I'm sure. Yasha will probably be online next. See what he goes into. There's some pings into the Roshan pit. MVP, they have the map control, Moonglid.
They have the map control, and I mean, they've got every tool to really take a team fight, or counter team fight, counter initiation, if they even try and
they can't
dispute this.
Look at the positioning from QO on this Naga.
Yeah.
Just farming up the jungle. I love the farm. You can kill those 3 camps in like 15 seconds combined, maybe even less.
Oh, it's absolutely disgusting right now.
If there's no darn mud golems. I hate those mud golems.
Oh, they're the worst. Everyone hates them.
The Wolves do scout MVP going for Roshan, but we're not seeing Zephyr really try to contest this much. I think they'll get the tier 1 tower at the top lane at the bare minimum as the trade-off, and MVP, actually, they don't have any negative armor on their team, so that is making this Roshan kill take a while. But finally, MVP Phoenix, they claim the Aegis. It goes to the Naga. And meanwhile, they do save the top tower. Out comes the Song of the Siren. And who are they going to be able to catch? That's the question. Aosin, he may get caught out here. Stop at the Song of the Siren. Oh, he tethers to the bottom ground. And oh, 4-step. And 4F finishes him off with the Gush. The combo up with the staff. Very well played on MVP. Man, they are playing completely different than against Poker Face. I think that game when they lost woke them up and they got frustrated, and it just encouraged them to really practice.
Yeah, they must have really gone back to the drawing board and really put in a lot of hours for this match, because I know for sure they wouldn't have want to lose against Zephyr again.
And you know what? I know that Phoenix did not know how to play Naga before Starladder, and in, I believe, March's interview, they were talking about how this is a hero we need to learn how to use in our lineup.
Yeah.
We don't have enough heroes really like this, the vary our play style. So they've definitely been practicing the hero, and it's paying off in dividends.
It's absolutely paying off. It's almost secured them this game for sure. And there goes the last tier 2 tower. Pushing Zephyr pushing their mid tier 2, but not going to get it. Shut down once again.
Indeed. Just looking for blood. He's looking for anyone to pick off. 2K plus gold in the bank. Wow, look at how aggressive 4F is going onto Bambo. He decides to TP away, but the Ravage and the net combination. Sorry, Bambo. You are not getting out of this one. And there's the
Very
death.
tanky, but yeah, still not enough. And as that's happening, we got a tier 3 getting pushed.
Nice lash on the rise, and he's low on health. And Wisp with the spirits can finish him off. So 1-for-1 trade.
1-for-1.
Still the off-laner for the support. It's not what you really want.
Not at all. And considering where they were, pushing a tier 3 at this point, I mean, it's very ballsy.
Yeah.
So, fair enough. Fair enough. Pushing that lane up.
There's the Yasha, like I mentioned, on the Naga Siren. I do play that hero a lot, by the way.
I've seen your match history, and yes, you do.
It's just
I respect
so much
it
fun
too.
to play.
Yeah, I must admit, it looks like a really fun character to play.
Once you learn how to kind of split up the illusions and efficiently farm, that's where the real fun begins, because you can 6 slots so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're 20 minutes into the game, and there's a Radiance, Drums, Yasha, Boots of Travel with a bottle.
Yeah, it's already getting out of hand. And we haven't really seen any split pushing with this Naga, or illusion pushing really. Something that could really happen later in the game if they need to. Though they don't really need to at this point. They're just winning every team fight very comfortably. Kind of just roaming.
Yeah, generally, you want a few more items on the Naga before really starting to just straight up split push instead of farming the jungle. And you can get to a point where you have like 2 or 1 illusion just kind of farm the jungle. You have another illusion push out a lane, and then you go in another one. All of a sudden, you have all your bases covered.
Right, right.
And Naga up there in that total net worth. Tidehunter second. Mirana third. Everyone else is just miles behind the Siren on Zephyr's end.
Yeah, Naga doubling the Lycan right now.
Yeah, it's really not looking good whatsoever for Zephyr. And I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like whenever it comes to these team fights, Phoenix will have the upper hand. They have much more initiation. They have counter initiation with both the Ravage and the Song of the Siren. They have good lockdown, slow, tankability. Even the Moonlight Shadow to help out. They have all the puzzle pieces they need to
they got all the tools they need for this game. And I mean, Zephyr they just don't have enough, and they're just getting so far behind that even if they did, it's really difficult right now.
If they had a Tiny instead of the Slark, and they just kind of went for a more traditional tri-lane, like safe tri-lane, and maybe a different pick over the Axe, I'd be okay.
Yeah, the Axe hasn't really done much at all this game. Not really
much.
anything at all.
Tidehunter, though, he's definitely done some work.
Oh, he's done a lot of work this game.
Well, the negative armor from the Weave is on MVP. Okay, we're going to see Sexy Bambo throws out a call. Kyo, though, he's locking everybody in place, and this will only end in tears for Zephyr. Out comes the Ice Path as well as the Ravage. And Zephyr, they're trying to hold on. Very low on health across the board, though. We'll see who is the first to fall. It's going to be Aosin on the Wisp. But surprisingly, Zephyr, they're still maintaining some composure. Kyo actually low on health, but still has the Aegis. Manta Style is in the inventory, but Bambo, he's trying to get a good amount of calls off. He actually kills off both the Mirana, and he gets the Jakira as well. Now I'm actually really impressed. Zephyr somehow hold. They're now chasing Forb. They may be able to kill him off of Bambo. He'll be turned around on, and okay, well, they're keeping Zephyr, Blitz, alive for a little bit longer, but the Aegis is popped. We're going to have a very angry Naga Siren come around. The net's going to go on the Purge. They've already taken down Blitz, and they got everybody buyback from Sexy Bambo. Can he actually make anything happen here, though? I don't think so.
That Naga on full HP, I don't think so. And I was really curious to see how long that Aegis had left before the Naga died, because that would have been really timing down.
By the way, that was Ja in the audience. He played for Zephyr in their first game back in the KDL. But you could see from his facial expression he wasn't looking too happy with Zephyr's prospects.
Yeah, not at all. He must be feeling pretty disappointed right now.
Oh, well, 23 minutes into the game, almost 24. We're seeing Zephyr down 9-18. MVP Phoenix double in kills. Akio, he's starting to get really big. We only have a Necrominion 1 on the Lycan. Ouch.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Oh, man, and Bambo.
Just out of position.
Yeah, caught in a tough place.
Very tough place. And this could trigger the Rax. This could trigger the Rax push once again. Everyone in position for it.
I think so. We have Tidehunter moving down to the bottom lane. From the look of things, he's building into a Refresher Orb. So 2 Ravages just to make sure that you cannot win a team fight against MVP. And they're moving up to the high ground. Out comes the fortification, but I mean, that tower, it's basically toast. They can't even deny it. Zephyr, they don't have anyone to really tank on the front lines. Axe is down, and the tier 3 barracks, it's about to fall. I don't think they can save it. Down it goes. Moving on the number 2. It's already down to half health.
Yeah, they just got to let it go at this point and really regroup for a fight. But I don't know what they can actually do at this point.
They have to wait for Axe.
They got to wait for Axe at the very least. But even then, I mean, their team fight is just nothing compared to what Phoenix has. Yeah.
Straight up inferior. Oh, this is sad. Zephyr, they're basically bleeding out at this point.
It's very, very slowly. Trying to harass that Naga. Burn all their mana away.
They're trying to force out something with all these summon units.
It's probably the best shot to burn the Naga.
Well, in comes Bambo. He's going to do a call, trying to drag him away, but out comes the Ravage, and Blitz. He's used his ultimate. Now the Grave on him as well to try to keep him alive, but so low on health. Okay, Wisp is down, and Lycan will fall afterward. Tree buying up a Blink Dagger. Nothing can stop MVP. They're way too tanky on the front lines. They have the DPS from QO. They have support in the back. Even March the hell about with DPS. This is just an absolute disaster for Zephyr.
And that's GG.
GG is called. Zephyr, they lost a game, and Phoenix looked more dominant than ever in that match.
That actually looked very one-sided. I was very impressed with Phoenix, and they're definitely bringing their A game today. They want to shut down Zephyr, and really, it's time for revenge, I think.
It is revenge time. I'm actually very impressed with MVP. I was so worried that they would just kind of fall into a rut following that Poker Face loss.
Yeah, that looked like they were like on the edge of slumping. I think it was either they slump or they really bring it together.
Well, I think we know which one it was.
Absolutely.
Even if they lose the next two games, look at how happy the MVP coach is.
Like,
He's like, oh yeah.
We trained it.